a bane. Right now, I only have a few roaches to defend my base with. Basically, to not die. I'm getting a spine. I have a spine crawler here to keep his reapers out if I have to move these. And I'm only now sending my overlord to scout this. I'm going to actually pause for a second and see what at this point I can see he has, which is virtually nothing. So I didn't scout. This is 10 minutes into the game. I only know about this, and I know that he was getting a planetary fortress. So this was probably the first 2 or 3 minutes in the game. I can't even see his expansion. So I just haven't been scouting at all. I had that one Zergling, but I didn't move him around or nothing. So I didn't know what he was getting. I had no clue. He just had these Reapers. I knew about those Reapers. And only now am I seeing he's got a factory. He's got 2 starports. Oh, shit. He's got 2 starports with Tech Lab, so he's probably going to go for Banshees, which he actually is. And at this point I'm thinking, this is going to be a problem. But luckily I had already put up my Spire, as I already intended to transition the Mutalisks. But because I'm only on one base right now, because his Reaper took out my expansion, I'm not able to pump as many Mutas as I should be. While he's at 2 bases, he's got his gas saturated, he's slowly getting his minerals. He's getting a whole bunch of supply depots here. And he's at a pretty big advantage already. I'm now attempting to get my expansion again, because I figure I'm very low on gas. And I'm still very high on minerals. Should have just put those in lane, but I didn't. I didn't think of that. Let's see how this saturation's pretty decent. There, Mutas doing some harass, killing these Banshees. This is actually a pretty good thing for me. And he responds by getting Vikings, which is a good thing. Popping that Reaper. Now, I'm still at a deficit because of, well, simply put, let's look at the income tab. That's actually pretty equal. But he has twice the amount of gas, and when you're going air heavy, you want gas. Cloaking it, very clever. And I have no scouting, so I'm getting an overseer right here, which I should have probably gotten earlier. When I saw he had Banshees, I should have immediately just morphed this, because there's really, when someone goes Banshees, there's a pretty good chance that they're going for Cloak right away, because it's, especially with only 2 Banshees, because it's just a harass. You just know that, unless he's getting like a really big force. And I'm darting in and out. I'm going to pause for a bit, because I'm missing everything by talking about this. So this Overseer should have been out earlier, a lot earlier. When I was moving my Mutalisks up here, and I caught his Banshees, I should have morphed that in right away, because there's just 2 Banshees. There's no way he's going to try attack my main, because I already had Mutalisks. So I knew that it would have been defensive anyway, and I have my Queen here, which is, well, I mean, combined with those Mutalisks, that's a pretty solid air defense for your main. So I could have guessed what would be my weakness right now. If these Banshees make it to my base, am I in trouble? And the answer would have been, well, only if he has Cloak, because I have no detection. So I should have gotten that sooner. I'm doing a bit of Muta harass here, but he's already got 4 Vikings up. Now, this is pretty pivotal. He's getting another starport even. Because at this point, I don't think I even know about his expansion yet. No, I don't. So I don't know about this, but he's getting turrets. He is not getting any turrets here, but I've got Mutalisks. He's probably going to go for turrets. I mean, it's there. Why wouldn't you? They're dirt cheap, and they're really effective as a defense. Wow, he has a lot of gas. He's actually pretty low on minerals and very high on gas. Didn't know that. So what I should have done is considered my the worth of a Mutalisk in this situation. In this situation where he has Vikings coming out and Banshees coming out, though he's not building any right now. No, he's not. And I'm unable to outproduce him because he's killed my expansion. I only now have my expansion. And if I had scouted this, which is, again, it's pretty crucial to keep scouting your opponent, because I didn't know about this. This has been up since about 5 minutes, and let's see if that's a bit accurate. No. 8. I'm trying to see. Yeah, right. 10 minutes. 10 minutes in the game. This has been up by now for 3.5 minutes, which admittedly isn't much, but considering I don't have mine, that's significant. Because, well, he's able to outproduce me now. If I should have known about this. Right now, I should be knowing he has Vikings, he has Engineering Bay, he has an expansion. Oh, look, there's a bunch of turrets here. He's seen my mutas. He knows I'm going for a Mutalisk build, so he's going to be expecting air forces. So he's getting Vikings, he's getting turrets, he's getting all that good stuff. I'm not able to get in here easily anymore. And since I cannot outproduce him, I should have done something different. I should have decided, okay, well, maybe Mutalisks right now aren't the most cost-effective. If I would have seen this, I would have known that he's very, very thin on ground forces. I could have gone for roaches. If I would have spent half the resources I spend on mutas, if I would have spent those on roaches instead, I would now have a significant force. I would now have a significant force to just, even to just pressure this. Because even though it's a planetary fortress, it's just supported by 2 Marines and 2 Marauders. That's nothing. I could have easily, well, let's see, I have 4. Oh, wait, there's a whole counting station for that. Right now I have 9 roaches. If I would have spent indeed a bunch more on roaches, I could have had up to about, I don't know, 20, 30 roaches. I would have easily taken this out, and it would have been a huge advantage for me, because there's a whole bunch of SCVs here, so that's that. And I can immediately pressure this, because there's not a lot out here either. And he doesn't, right now he only has Vikings, and Vikings aren't the best against roaches, especially if I'm just outnumbering them. Well, duh. So I could have easily taken this out, and this situation would look very, very different. But I didn't know about the expansion because I didn't scout enough. I went for these mutas with 4 Vikings, and I have 2 mutas. And do I have any coming in? No, I don't have any coming out right now. So I'm at a deficit. If he keeps producing Vikings, he's going to outproduce me. Another thing I could have done, I'm going to put it back on play. Another thing I could have done is, that wouldn't have required me to do anything different before, is realize, okay, he's spending a lot of resources on Vikings. He's seen my air forces, he's probably going to get turrets because he already has the Engineering Bay. And I actually know that he has the Engineering Bay, because I've seen it. So I know that he's probably going to get turrets, because any good Terran player up against air forces, especially Mutalisks, are going to get turrets. It's very simple. So what I could have done is decide, well, I have a bunch of roaches. What if I had Hydralisks right now? Then this would have been highly ineffective all of a sudden, because I've got the roaches to soak up the damage. These have to land, and all the while they're coming up, and he's just gonna shoot some over it. But I've got some Mutalisks, so at least I'm not completely screwed. Actually pushing out my roaches because I want to exercise some pressure, because I can see that this is only just working. And it is, because he's now got he's got a starport with a reactor core, so he can keep producing these Banshees. And I now see the turrets. I should have got a Hydra then, because these Hydra